there's gold literally in every single rock type that we hit in that hole. It was just, a little mind-blowing, because normally it's like, okay, it's this quartz vein, or it's this shear zone, or it's this rock type. It was across the entire thing, so definitely unexpected and exciting. Hey guys, welcome back. Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a wonderful break. I know we did. It was a very busy season leading up to Christmas / the holidays, and so we're happy to be back here. And we're just going to do a quick summary of the drill results, which we put out the press release today. So I'm going to hand it over to Mike, who's our PGO on the project, to talk a little bit about the drilling.
Okay, thanks, Steph. Yes, we wrapped up there, mid-December. And 4 or 5 holes drilled, 1,187 meters cored. Just little stats on the drilling. We we cut and sampled 68% of the hole, over 800 meters, and sent 855 samples to the lab. Obviously, as we know, our first 4 holes were up at the Hargreaves. That's the only corner of the property that we have the same rock package that hosts the Golden Mile and Kirkland Lake Camp, the Macassa, and all the other mines along the Golden Mile. So we were very excited to drill this package of rocks. A lot of our targets were confined to intercept those rocks. One key point up there that we soon found out after the drilling was there were, more importantly, there was no mafic cyanites mapped up there and on our part of the claim group and out in those rocks. This is a very important rock type in the gold mines of the Golden Mile there down in Kirkland Lake. So our first 2 holes intercepted these rocks, these mafic cyanites. They're nicely altered. They're nicely mineralized, quartz stockwork veining, looking like a lot like young Davidson stuff over in Matachewan, which is in the same sort of type of geological environment, structurally and geologically. So we were excited when we saw the cyanites in the first 2 holes, 23 and 24. We didn't hit a home run on that, but most of the hole was anomalous. 100 sub-100 ppbs and things like that. We did pick up 0.128 grams per gold over 12 meters in hole 23. And 24 was anomalous too. That's the exciting part. We just might be on the edge of something here. It's exciting to see the same rock types that we do see down in the Golden Mile and Kirkland Lake, only 5-6 kilometers away, and the same rock types that you see at Young Davidson. So a very, very successful first 2 holes there in cyanites, mafic cyanites out. Really, no one knew it was there.
The other thing that was cool was with the next 2 holes, we did cross over from the Timiskaming sediments into the Blake River rocks, and so got to see that contact. It didn't necessarily run in the 3rd hole we did, but then in the 4th we had an interesting mineralized gabbro. So I'm not sure, Drake or Mike, which one of you guys want to talk about that a little bit, but that was also a new discovery at Hargreaves that we didn't expect.
Yeah, Drake was on that on the program for those 2 holes. He can talk about those. Go ahead, Drake.
Hole 25, first of all, was really designed to cross-cut the entire kind of lithology and cross-cutting structures in the area. It's underneath a swamp on surface, so we really didn't have a good handle of what was going on geologically at depth. So that one collared into the Timiskaming sediments, and then as it went through the kind of the interpreted cross-cutting structures at surface, it went into a gabbro, which we weren't necessarily expecting, but that's what we hit. So that one gave us a good geological understanding in an area that we had very little surface data, but the results weren't necessarily, as great as some of the other stuff. So, but still important to have that hole because we need that to really tie in a geological model for the area. And then hole 26, which was targeted right underneath the Hargreaves shaft. There we were looking for the actual Hargreaves vein itself. And although we didn't hit that, we did hit a really interesting altered veined, deformed gabbro on the other side of the shaft, which could be the down dip extension of Hargreaves. And we had 2 generations of quartz veining in the gabbro. One was kind of like a brecciated quartz carbonate with infill of pyrite pyrrhotite, up to like 10-12%, so pretty intensely mineralized. And then there was another style of veining. It was kind of a smoky gray veinlets, and on the selvages of that, we had up to 8% pyrite. So that was a really nice zone. It was unexpected to hit that in the gabbro because the surface gabbro over the Hargreaves area is not mineralized. So that was an exciting occurrence that we found and a new discovery in the area. And it also coincides with an IP anomaly at surface. So that kind of allows us to tie things together for what is causing that IP anomaly and gives us some blue sky potential to test along strike and down dip to really figure out the geometry and the extents of this zone.
Yeah, so that kind of wraps up Hargreaves. It was I've been excited to drill that area for a long time, like Mike said, being that it's on the same break as the Mile of Seven Mines, same rock types at surface, and to see that continue, we could just be on the edge of something really big there, which is exciting. And then Joe Zone, which is always an interesting area to be drilling, anomalous gold in almost every single drill hole that we've done. And it didn't fail to come back again with some gold in it. So, Mike, do you want to touch on that one a little bit? That was a interesting hole for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Our main objective for that hole was to drill down the footwall, basically parallel to the Joe Zone, down the footwall to check out an existing intersection of 1.22 grams per ton gold over 74 meters in the footwall. So we set the drill up to more or less drill straight down there because we're looking for little flat veinlets coming off the main shear zone. We successfully intercepted some of those rocks. We had 0.621 grams over 4.5 meters and 0.287 grams per ton over 13.66 meters in the footwall zone. Then we went into an unexpected quartz feldspar porphyry. And the direction and dip of the hole were sort of more or less going down, but it was nicely altered and mineralized too. We picked up some intersections, 3.82 grams of gold over 1.2 meters and 0.894 grams per ton gold over 5.6 meters. So that rock type was mineralized too. We came out of the quartz feldspar porphyry right into the Joe shear zone. It looked really nice. The shear zone was over 30 meters wide. And we picked up some nice assays in that, 1.03 grams per ton over 5.23 meters. And then the drill hole kept going, and we went into the hanging wall, and we're still picking up gold. So in the hanging wall, we picked up 1.33 grams per ton over 7.29 meters. That included a nice hit of 5.41 grams per ton meter over 1 meter. It just goes to show that it's a pretty robust system there at the Joe Zone. We got there's gold in every rock type, so it's a very interesting hole. And we're going to have to go back and take a look at the long sections and cross sections and figure out where we can go from there.
More analysis is required to figure out next steps on those holes for sure. Whenever it came back and it was like there's gold literally in every single rock type that we hit in that hole. It was just a little mind blowing because normally it's like, okay, it's this quartz vein or it's this shear zone or it's this rock type. And it's across the entire thing. So definitely unexpected and exciting because that opens the story a little bit differently for that area, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and this was one of the more steeper holes we've ever drilled there. So maybe it has something to do with the dip of the holes and things that are being mineralized. That maybe more flatline than we thought before. So yeah,
definitely. Okay, so that sums up pretty much the drill program and the press release that went out today. So we're still busy analyzing all the results as well as getting ready for the next phase of exploration, which is really focused on KL West and the VMS systems that we have out there, interpreting all of the soil geochemistry, looking at the next steps, etc., working through permits. There's a lot going on, but we'll get into all that next week. We want to keep this short and sweet so we can just focus on that drilling. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.